Hey y'all, this is Mike from the Mad LiberTEA Party. Just had myself quite a walk. Coming up on these protests here, you can hear it. It's a din of support from the community. It's amazing. You can feel the energy from here. Look at these people marching up towards us. These people are protesting due to the removal of recognition of the teachers' union. They are here for our education, for our future. They are citizens here to take back power for the state. Hey y'all, it's Mike. Just so you can see who's doing the camera here. This is the Mad LiberTEA Party at the protest. What are you guys thinking about all of this?
Hey y'all, I hope you're having easier days than these poor folk are. They're out here, as I said earlier in the video, protesting outside of the state board meeting on the morning of Thursday, November 14th, 2019. The very same state board that recently chose to no longer recognize the teachers union. I'll get into that in a minute though. For now, just take a moment and think about what you do in their situation. I'm not gonna lie. This Harry Potter reference right here, it's pretty striking. There's some villainous stuff going on here some days. Little Rock isn't Gotham, but it isn't all smiles, hogs, and honeybees either. It has plenty of charm too. I mean, take these people right here. This is where they gathered after several picket lines at the various schools across Little Rock, which began in the bitter cold morning at 7:30 a.m. Unfortunately, I wasn't equipped to deal with the cold, so I had to forgo that bit of excitement. I was really kind of upset because it was no one's fault but my own. I didn't rush to buy a coat in the face of an early freeze, and yeah, I know. Back to the story. To start us back off, I'll explain that the teachers were here on strike. About a third of all of Little Rock's teachers were out for the day, and many of them came out to picket despite the possibility of losing their jobs. They were joined there, as they are here, by students, parents, and members of the community that supported them and what they do. I was among them, of course. I mean, you know, how could I not be? Why were they on strike though? Because on October 31st, the teachers union, LREA, were sent up the creek without a paddle, or a voice. The state board, you see, decided not to renew when their contract came up, and that took the voice and ability to bargain on behalf of the district away from the union entirely. These people, in fear for their schools and students, in light of recent events, including the possibility of resegregation, were not willing to take that lying down. And a good deal of folks here agreed, in case you didn't notice. I have to agree as well. I mean, you guys didn't think I spent the whole time taking pictures, did you? When we marched to the steps to meet the other supporters and the press, I really was taken aback by how many people were there. It was kind of inspiring, and I got a little bit nerdy maybe.
Look at all these amazing people, y'all.
Hear those sirens? That's a fire truck. I didn't get it at first, but someone explained it later, and I thought it was kind of neat. See, while the police stand quiet vigil over the very peaceful protest, the fire trucks would sometimes sound their sirens and flash their lights as they pass by in support. I was told that there are very few unions left here, and it was kind of a little solidarity show of back, if you will. There wasn't any trouble from the man or the people, mind you. Not that I expected it. It wasn't that kind of crowd. It really was not the kind of people you would expect violence from. They were driven by unity and compassion, from what I could see. I'm not sure how much good it did yet, but we'll see in the days to come. On Friday, they chose to make the committee size much larger, but that doesn't really do much for the union. We'll get to that whenever we see how that unfolds, of course. It really was a shame that it was difficult for me to get anyone to talk to me on camera. Many of them were concerned about being seen and losing their jobs. When I did finally get a hold of someone who was a teacher and seemed to know what they were talking about, they were a little shocked at why I was there. You see, they asked me why I was there if I was a libertarian because they said that they thought we hated public education. Now, I don't try to speak for everyone, but I hate federalized and negligent state-run public education. When a city or community comes forth to take control of their own public education as we the people, breaking the tight grip of the state, that's something I believe that we should support and celebrate. I'm all for charter schools and private educations too, if they're being done properly instead of with the authoritarian aims. It's bad capitalism like that. And that's the kind of bad capitalism, quote unquote, that makes people think it's all bad. None of us want that. I mean, if you ask me. I got a lot of new and interesting information about this whole issue while I was there too, and as soon as I'm able to do some fact checking on it all, I will be putting together some more in-depth looks at what's going on here in Little Rock, something that's really going on all across our nation. But until then, I just want to show you how motivated these people were to help each other and to help themselves. People care, and they will do this. You just have to show people that. We have to get out there and really talk to people to break the stigma and raise the questions. We need to go out there and fill in the blanks for people like the teacher I spoke to. Give them facts, not fears. If we don't make the effort, then we've only ourselves to blame. Anyways, thanks for sitting down and sharing this with me. It really means a lot. If you agree with me, disagree with me, have questions, or just have a comment or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment below or on the social media. Or, of course, my personal favorite, you can come to the Discord and talk to us there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this stuff because it really, really, really does help us a lot. And we're just a Babbit show, so we need all the help we can get. Thanks again, y'all. Be free. This episode of Stirring the LiberTEA is temporarily adjourned.